up.
Sir.
You want me to look at the camera?
Yes.
Why?
I'm supposed to look over there.
I don't want to look at you.
Okay.
Why I can't look at you?
Well, look at
You
me.
want to look at you looking at me?
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Taylor movement over here, because this right here is crazy. Anyway, so we came to do a video, right? We want y'all to know how we met. So, hey, how did we meet?
Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I was driving my Cadillac down Peachtree Street. Pinky ring up on the steering wheel, the wood grain, pimp hat to the side. And I saw this fine young thing. She was fine. I jumped out the car while I was still running.
On Peachtree Street.
On Peachtree Street. While
In
I was
Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Still running. You know what I'm saying? Jumped out. And I hollered at her. I had to go get her. I had to get her. You know what I'm saying? And then jumped. See, it was so miraculous that I talked what I needed to talk in her ear, got her in 60 seconds, jumped back in my car.
It's 60 seconds.
It's all happening like in 60 seconds. It's 60 seconds. I got it. I got her and my car, and nothing was damaged. I got her and the car. Everything was cool. That's how we met, and we've been together ever since.
Is that your final answer? That's your story. You
know, that's the one version. That's one.
That's the one people need to know.
I guess you know what I'm saying. That's the that's a good story to tell. Don't you think?
But it's not.
That's not ain't nothing in there.
No, what was I doing on Peachtree Street?
It was. You know what I'm saying? Walking down Peachtree Street. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing.
And what
you know
is
what I'm
that?
saying? You had this nice looking dress on and everything. Woo, Lord, huh?
You're making me sound like a night walker, a street walker.
No, I didn't say day or night. Well, I did say dark and stormy night. I did say
yes,
that.
you did.
You know what I'm saying? You might have been, you know what I'm saying, going for a restaurant, going to meet some friends. I ain't gonna call you that now. I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna call you a night walker. If you was a night walker, you still be walking. You'll still be walking. Trust me, your shoes will underneath the bottom of them have holes in them right now, because you still be walking. Feel the burn, You know, all them calories. Jesus Christ.
That ain't how we met.
Oh, okay.
So
you tell me. That's my story.
I wish it was that eventful.
Oh, okay.
But actually, we met beginning of COVID, right? When everything was getting ready to shut down.
Yeah.
At church, surprisingly. He was mean.
I wasn't mean. I was focused
On
God and not bullcrap.
So he was introduced to me. Hi, you remember him? And I was like, I remember the name, not the face. And I went in, because we at church, the end of service. Went in to hug the dude, and he looked me up and down like I was invading his personal space. So I simply gave him my hand for a handshake.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
It's unfortunate.
He said I was being a diva, a
You
princess.
was. He was like, hello, how are you?
That was...
I'm like, listen. Hold up, guys. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? How you know how people do that? Like, yo, that calm on. See, she just did it. See, she just did it.
I didn't know.
That just happened. Yes, she did.
And so, so that's how we originally met.
Okay.
Then we had one more like prayer meeting or something
Right,
at the church on Saturday, but unfortunately the church had to close, and we hadn't talked to each other from March until maybe the end of July.
Yeah.
And at this time, I had just taken over the intercessory prayer line for our church. And one Saturday, he was on the call. I didn't know who he was. You know, we had people coming in that we're inviting, and he started praying. And I was like, who is that? And who pray on my line. Like, what? Wait a minute, what's going on? But he did such an amazing job that it shifted the atmosphere. I was just like, okay, I can do this. And God allowed me to pray. And I prayed for him. I think it was about his job the first time, him getting back safely. He was on the road and all the other kind of stuff. And
that was the hook, line, sinker right there. It was out of the norm for someone to outwardly pray for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I sent out all kind of texts like, yo, this woman on the phone, she prayed for me. It was personal. It wasn't just like general. It was...
For the second time, it was detailed.
Well, the first one kind of too. It was like on the truck, stuff like that, but it was kind of tailored toward what I was doing, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just even that, it stuck my interest because it was the concern. It was the you know what I'm saying, for somebody to pray for you, and when you ain't used to it, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have it, and you don't know what someone is doing behind closed doors, but somebody to do it in front of everybody for you like that, yo, fellas.
And so we only met on 1st and 3rd, and so the next time we met, he was on again, and he prayed, and I noticed there was a chemistry in the prayer. It was like where I stopped or where I didn't have any more to give, he was able to just fall in line, right? And he prayed, and even people began to call after that, and that's when it got real personal, but we're not going to discuss what the Lord revealed in that. But people were calling, they was like, who is Robert? He prayed, he did a good job, and I was like, yeah, he did. And so I asked God to show me who he was. I was like, who is this? Show me him. And we went on, because it's only twice a month. He missed a couple of meetings, and I asked his godmom, I said, where's Robert? He hadn't been on the line. And she was so excited that I asked where he was. And my mom is on the phone, my sister is on the phone, and so it's just like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing, right? And so she called him, and he happened to be coming back, because he had to go drop off a bus, and he got on the call, and of course I prayed again, covering him while he was on the road, traveling safety. And after we got off that call, the Spirit was like, send him a text message, and I was like, I ain't doing that. And I kept sitting there, and I was just like, I'm not gonna do that, because I didn't want him to feel like I was after him, trying to talk to him or anything like that. I just wanted to thank him for getting on there helping me, because there was a lot of days that I had to pray by myself. And when you're in a situation like that, when you do ministry like that, you be exhausted at the end, and so you be needing somebody to come on there, pray with you, pray for you, and all that other kind of stuff. And so I eventually gave up, because God just wouldn't let me go. And so I was like, what am I going to say? So I sent a quick message, thank you, man of God. And that was it. That was all I was going to say. I wasn't going to ask no personal questions, nothing. And I think he was getting the same push I was getting.
Yeah. Then when she contacted me, I said, well, let me see. Let me see, because it already, we said already, it was the praying for me. That was rare. I didn't know what was going on behind closed doors, but it was rare. It was something different. It was what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? In just a companion, a mate. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's praying for you, knowing ministry, knowing, plus what my calling is and the push and all that other stuff, to understand. And you know what I'm saying? I contacted her, and
yes, he sent me a nice little book.
I did. I did. I did. I was nice. I was a gentleman.
Very, very much so a gentleman.
I was a gentleman. But yeah, and it here we are.
Right, and we've been talking ever since. ever since. Like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like, we spent many days, I think, texting before we actually made phone calls.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
text for
Yeah.
for weeks
Yeah.
before we
Yeah.
even made a phone
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it finally went to that, when are we going to go out stage?
And we did.
And we went out, and so that's how we met. So we gonna do another video later about our first date. That was fun.
That was fun. That was fun.
And you'll get a chance to see that, you know what, in the simple things.
Mm-hmm.
In the simple things, you'll have some awesome conversation. You'll get more understanding, and it ain't about all the money you spend and all that other kind of stuff. I think we both at that moment want to see, like, who is this for real?
Right.
And so we'll do another video on another day. You see, we were out walking, so that's why we in the park. But we'll do that video, but we want y'all to know how we met. So this is how we met, and I'm glad I met him, y'all. He's a good dude.
That's my baby.
Aww, we love him, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Just say.